Greetings, everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. We are back again with Stray, a new game from developer Blue 12 Studio. I honestly cannot tell you what made me play this game. I don't particularly care for cats, and this project isn't in the usual wheelhouse of games that I play. That being said, you all know I really appreciate when developers show creativity in their games, and there's no question this is different from anything I've played before. Apparently, that was enough for me to give it a shot, so let's go through my thoughts, starting with what I liked. This game truly makes you feel like you are playing as a regular cat. You never speak, you don't get powers, there's no crazy backstory, and you don't get 9 lives. You are just a cat. For some people, this might sound disappointing, but honestly, I think it's one of the game's strongest features. This is a wholly unique experience, tailored around playing as a cat in a strange world. You can meow at any time, rip up rugs and walls with your claws, drink water from bowls, rub against other characters' legs, and take cat naps all throughout your playthrough. I love when a game lets the player truly role play, and embodying a particular role is exactly what this game is about. The story is also a strong point in the game. You play as a cat that was separated from his friends and dropped into a bleak, isolated city. Very quickly, you meet a robot named B12. B12 has a strong desire to drop the walls that isolate this city from the outside world. This coincides with the cat's desire to rejoin its friends, and so you set off on an adventure together. There are several things that make this story stand out. The cat's objective never changes, it just wants to go back outside. But over the course of the game's runtime, you will meet a plethora of characters who will flesh out what's actually happening in the city. Humans all died long ago, so the characters you meet are all robots, and they treat the cat the same way they would any other person. This creates a delicate balance where the cat doesn't talk, but robots engage in dialogue with it. I know that sounds strange, but honestly, it works very well. You are able to do side quests and complete missions based on information that robots provide, and it never feels like you have stopped being a regular cat. Also strengthening the story is the large amount of world building done in this game. It's worth talking to everyone because even if they don't provide a quest, their dialogue can reveal more information about your surroundings. Even without a conversation, the robots in this game communicate a lot of information non-verbally. It's crystal clear from the beginning this world is a bleak environment. Many characters you meet are hunched over, huddled around fires, and they have long ago stopped believing that things will change. Your actions serve as a catalyst for hope, and it's a strong emotional pull throughout the game. Speaking of emotional pull, this game does a great job at tugging on your heartstrings. It's obvious the cat is adorable, and for some people that alone is enough to play this game. But honestly, the robots are very strong characters in their own right. I've already mentioned their nonverbal cues, but oftentimes you can see their emotions on their robotic faces, and the game does a great job of making you care about their stories. When the end came, I had a strong desire to finally end their torment. There's a strong case to be made that this is really B12's story, and the cat is just along for the ride. When you initially find B12, it will have no memories, but over time, its backstory will be revealed. That backstory intertwines very well with what's happening around you. Some of these memories are unlocked during the story, but most of them require you to search off the beaten path, giving the game some replay value if you want to unlock B12's full history. The story will take you to several different areas, and the environments in this game are definitely a strong point. They look fantastic, and all of them have a very different feel. What I really appreciate about them is the verticality this game has. Platforming is a large point in the game, and oftentimes you will scale up to rooftops or higher areas to achieve specific objectives. This all feels very natural in the world, and it allows the developers to tuck away collectibles or side quest items in areas that you wouldn't be able to see at street level. The change in environments is also coupled with a pacing that I really enjoy. For most of the game, you will switch off between hub areas where you can safely experience content at your own pace and dangerous areas where you are oftentimes either on the run or stealthily trying to avoid detection. These dangerous areas do a great job of creating tension, especially since for most of the game you have no way of engaging in combat. The mechanics that are needed to successfully complete these missions changes over time as well, helping to keep you on your toes. Usually when you finish these missions, you are right back in a hub world and can collect yourself before diving into danger again. This creates a really nice flow where you rip and run, but then you can take your time and experience the full game world. The balance is well done, and I was never bored with the game. Stray also has great music that really fits in the environment. Oftentimes, the positive effect it's having is invisible unless you purposefully stop to appreciate it. Mind you, it's not music I would play in my car like some other legendary soundtracks, but for this setting and the world you play through, it's absolutely fantastic. Finally, I felt like it was worth mentioning that when the credits rolled, I felt like I got my money's worth. This game took me 5 hours to complete. I didn't quite get all the collectibles, so it might be 7 hours if you want to get everything. I know my audience is used to playing 60 to 100-hour games, so paying $30 for a game that you can finish in 5 hours might seem like a stretch. Of course, that's a personal decision, but in my playthrough, I had strong emotions multiple times, was introduced to many well-crafted characters, and felt like I had a unique roleplay experience through an equally unique world. There are plenty of 60-hour games that don't do any of this, so I was comfortable with my purchase. There is one part of the game that I am neutral on. While the game does a great job of establishing tension, I never really felt like I was challenged. There's some light puzzle solving, stealth, and platforming, but none of it really requires a lot of thought. On the one hand, I prefer games that challenge me on some level and force me to think through situations. On the other hand, I recognize that that's not really the type of experience the developers were going for. Plus, at its 5-hour runtime, Stray doesn't outstay its welcome, whereas if several more hours were tacked on because you were stuck in rooms trying to solve difficult puzzles, that might not be the case. Therefore, I put this in the neutral section. Quick note before we get into what I didn't like about the game. If you enjoyed this video, I would really appreciate you hitting the like button. This information tells me which content the channel is enjoying and helps my videos spread to more people. I really appreciate all of the support. There's only one thing I disliked about the game. The cat really seems like it should be more athletic. You can walk slowly or trot a little bit if you push up on the joystick, or if you hold down the trigger, you can go out into this game's version of a run. To me, it feels like the cat should be able to run faster. I never felt like it was really kicking things into high gear, even in life or death situations. While there is a lot of verticality in this game, you don't have an actual jump button. Instead, the cat must face an object that it can jump on, and then you are able to press the button. Cats are known for being athletic and flexible, especially when the situation calls for it. I definitely felt some of that here, but I think a better job could have been done of hammering it home. Overall, I had a good time with Stray. A solid story, interesting characters, and a unique role-playing opportunity combined together to create a game I am glad I played. I am looking forward to what Blue 12 Studio does next. Hope all of you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, share this content, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I will see you all in the next video. Take care.